cook. I'm just a normal human being and gave you a job because your dad asked me to. You were a bit weird because you failed to cook and decided because you were eavesdropping what was going on at the time and because you were religious, you were morally superior enough to start insulting me for no apparent reason. There was no way of stopping you. You kept calling me a racist even though I wasn't one. I'd known your father for a decade and he knew I wasn't a racist. Because you called me a racist because I was agreeing with a Muslim man who was saying he'd raped a woman for morally correct reasons in his mind. And I was trying to imply he'd done no wrong in his mind. But you're too stupid to understand that. You would never understand that in a million years. Because you're a grubby, opinionated, very, very, very nasty woman who was my friend for 12 months after I sacked you, failing to realise you couldn't call me names because I wasn't anything bad. It was quite interesting, wasn't it? You're a degenerate, Helen. You call me a racist because it was an opportunistic moment to do it. You sent me an obnoxious letter which I read to a new employee, and it gave her completely the wrong idea about me. I'd never chased anyone, I'd never instigated any court cases, I'd never done any of the things that you claimed I'd done in this bloody letter. I stupidly read to someone I trusted. And I wrongly thought they'd have the intelligence to wait and find out what I was like before they judged me on it, but they didn't. I personally think, Helen, you're one of the most disgusting people I've ever known in my life. You knew how much pain I was going through, and you ignored it. When you came into my life, it was during the troll stuff, and I was being persecuted relentlessly by a man who decided I was a racist because I commented on a religion, and I'd only commented on the fact that religion didn't integrate well. Alright? You're the one who's put all the words in my mouth. You're the one who's misinterpreted everything they did. You're the one who's misinterpreted everything I've done because of your religious stupidity. Do you not understand? You've not been morally superior. You've just been a very, very rude individual who's been very opinionated based on entirely the wrong reasons. You're a very nasty woman, Helen. You sent me a text link which I passed on to someone innocently, and you let me get fucked over it. You really are a non-charitable, I don't know. You're just nasty, aren't you? You really are a nasty human being. And now you've come at me wanting £120,000. Or what? You're going to claim I'm anti your religion? Well, I'm not. I'm only anti you. I'm only anti you, Helen Gentry. I gave you a job when you were squatting in a house. You'd been divorced twice. Your dad asked me to give you a job, and I did it through kindness. And from the moment I took you on, you thought it was a job where you earned me money. It wasn't. It was an act of kindness. You were using my savings to potentially just make me food, not to earn me anything. And that didn't give you the right to insult me. Even if I were a racist, which I'm not, it still wouldn't have given you the right to insult me. I've never acted with any racial motivation in my life. You, on the other hand, have tried to get £120,000 out of me for various reasons, Helen. One was to try and get you to confirm I'd sent a text to someone that you just sent to me a couple of days before. Where was the complexity in that? It wasn't difficult. It wasn't to cast aspersions on anyone. It wasn't to imply anything about anyone. It was just a simple, I hadn't made anything from it. I don't think anyone else had. Why did you need to cost me 400 grand, Helen? Why did you need to have your dirty little thoughts going on all the time? And, you know, you've not helped me at all, have you? You really haven't. You've almost been as bad as someone else who hadn't realised I just passed that link on from you innocently because I was busy, who's caused me an awful lot of problems. That person wound me up first and then purposefully invited me into a grievance meeting. Didn't you? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?